this video, I'm going to drive for about 10 to 15 minutes, something like that, just as I go to my next lesson. And I'm going to be showing you basically speed down, gear down. Speed down, gear down is really important if you want to be a brilliant driver. I've got to say that's probably one of the main things that you need to do to be excellent. It's a real skill to be able to change down well. If you can do that well, you're going to be brilliant. If you can't change down well, you're very likely to be a nervous person because you don't know how to control your car, right? The car can go very fast, and actually a lot of students find it quite easy to go up the gears, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 5 and 6 being a little bit more of the tricky ones, but certainly 1, 2, 3, 4, that becomes quite easy. But coming up to a hazard can be quite anxious for some people, brings anxiety because they don't know how to control their car. So it's very important that you know how to change down. Now, the good thing about it is it's always the same. So it doesn't actually matter whether you're following a bike and you've been driving quite quickly and then suddenly there's a bike, because it would be speed down with the foot brake and then gear down for that situation. It doesn't really matter if it's a parked car in front of you and you need to overtake it with an overtaking lane on the right. It would be the same process. Speed down, gear down, yeah? It doesn't really matter if it's a turn left or a turn right. It would be the same process. Speed down, gear down. It doesn't really matter if it's a roundabout. It's going to be the same process. Speed down, gear down. A, accelerator, B, brake, C, clutch. If you're in gears 2 to 6, you're going to be going off A, off accelerator, onto B, brake, and then C, down on the clutch, okay? A, B, C. That is the correct route of your feet. You work from the right to the left. That is the correct way to do it. The only time that you can put the clutch down first is if you're in first gear, because there really isn't any speed to kill, okay? So you'd be able to be in first, maybe in a line of traffic, for example. So if you can imagine being on a motorway or something like that, and you move forward a little bit, and then there's a traffic jam in front of you, you'd be able to go clutch first and then brake. But if you're in gears 2 to 6, it's highly likely that you're going to go off gas, onto brake, clutch down. Now, the reason why we need it to be in this order is because if you press the brake on its own first, it's very efficient because everything's connected in the car. Okay, if your clutch plates are touching, then your engine is literally directly touching your tyres. So if your brake is done on its own first, it's efficient. If you put the clutch down first, you've broken the connection from your engine to your tyres, so your brake isn't going to be as efficient. So it's very important that we use the brake first, so it's really good, and then we put the clutch down afterwards if you're in gears 2 to 6. Off accelerator, onto brake, clutch down, more brake, okay? Because when that clutch goes down, it injects a little bit of speed into the car, and also your braking system is good quality anymore, so we need to brake harder. Off gas, onto brake, clutch down, more brake, change down as you're braking more. Check the junction, can I go? Yes, I can. Off brake, gently off clutch, okay? So this video is going to include lots of things that you may find useful as per usual, because I'm driving around explaining things, but I have put a focus on speed by brake, speed by gear, or speed down, gear down, or braking, 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 clutch down, more braking, braking, braking. So I'm talking about the process of slowing down and then the clutch goes down, okay? Speed by brake, speed by gear. Guys, if you want to be good at driving, that's what you need to go and learn, okay? One of my students said to me, what should I practice in my spare time? Changing down. Seriously, changing down. That's what you need to go and do. If you become really good at changing down, you'll be brilliant. Doesn't matter what hazard you're going to be coming up to. You'll just be like, oh, I know how to deal with this because I know how this car works. I know how to control this car. Speed down, gear down to a lower gear. So then you can go fast, but then you've got the capabilities of understanding how to slow the car down. And that's really important. It actually gets quite easy to change up. But then a roundabout comes. Then a bike comes. Then a complex junction comes. Then a parked car comes, or a stopped bus. Or then somebody stops in front of you in a really weird place. Speed down, gear down. Hazards happen. Whatever it is, yeah? the wind blows a bin into the road in front of you. Speed down, gear down. Yeah. So anyway, this is a focus on that. So watch me drive for I don't know, 10 to 15 minutes, whatever I decide to do. And I hope that that really helps you today. And I'll see you on the next one. Okay guys, so I've got my air conditioning on because otherwise my phone is going to get way too hot and it will just cut out. So I do hope that the sound of my air conditioning is not going to completely ruin this video. Let's hope. I'll only find out at the end. Okay, so I'm just going to reverse back away from this car just so I've got a little bit more space. Okay, so there's a car behind me. I need to wait. I can't see anyone in front of me. Checking from the left all the way around as the car approaches. Checking my blind spot signalling. Check my blind spot again. No one coming. Moving off in first. At the roundabout I can't see anything. Sunglasses on. Okay, going straight on at the roundabout, checking to the right in second gear. This is a big roundabout with a curb in the middle. I need to signal when I leave. Mirrors to the left, signal to the left. At the end of the road, I'm going to turn right with speed down, gear down. Mirrors to the right, signal to the right, position just left of centre line. Off gas to speed down. On to brake, speed down, clutch down, braking, braking, braking. First gear, speed down, gear down. Checking to the left and the right, finding the bike to go forward a smidge. And then I'm going to stop here instead. Handbrake goes on. Checking the junction on the left and the right. I'm in first gear, ready to pull away. It's extremely busy. Lights in the new road are red. Looking for opportunity. Potential opportunity. Finding my biting point. Checking left and right, checking left and right, checking left and right. Yep, looking good. The 12 o'clock theory doesn't work here, so I'm in the right-hand lane to go straight on. 12 o'clock theory works 8 times out of 10. You would normally associate being in the left lane to go straight on. If the 12 o'clock theory doesn't work and you need to be in the right-hand lane to go straight on, it's normally because there's something big on the left, like a big shop or industrial estate. In this case, it is Sainsbury's. Mirrors. Moving off, checking my mirrors, into second gear. This guy's going very slow. I'm just going to pull off and let him gain on me a bit. Mirrors. He's going very slow. I wonder whether he doesn't know to change down. Maybe he's looking for something. I'm unable to get out of second because his speed is very low. Oh, there's a bike in front of him. We'll let him off. It's fine. He was so big and opaque that I couldn't see. Mirrors. Parked cars. Mirrors to the right. I'm looking at the gap I can fit through it. Mirrors to the left. Okay, so I've been unable to change up because of the guy following a bike. Mirrors. But at the roundabout I might do speed down, gear down. So mirrors, overrun, speed down. Speed down with the foot brake, foot brake, foot brake. Speed down. No, don't need to change gear, I'm in second. Mirrors. So I just went off gas, a little bit of brake on its own. Did not put the clutch down. Mirrors to the left, signal to left, speed down. Gear down into first gear. Checking to see if it's okay. Yep, it is. Finding the biting point. Okay, so what we just learnt then is we can brake without putting the clutch down. You don't always have to put the clutch down to brake. Yeah, lots of students find that amazing. But yeah, you only need to put the clutch down if you're stopping or changing gear. Looking ahead, I won't just follow on the end of the conga line, as I like to call it, because I need to know whether I can go. Speed down, braking, 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 clutch down, second gear, braking, off brake, off clutch, checking my mirrors. No need to use a signal because it would look like I'm turning right. Mirrors to the left. No need to signal because it would look like I'm turning left. So I gave the bike 1.5 to stay alive, 1.5 metres to stay alive. If I was on a 60, I'd give him 2 metres. Looking nice and far ahead. I'm in third gear. I'm going to come off the gas slightly for the bend, checking my mirrors. Take the next road on the right. Mirrors. Signal. Off gas, speed down. Speed by braking, 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 clutch down, braking, 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 down into second, checking my mirrors. Can't go because there's oh yeah, he's let me go, fantastic, thank you very much. So I went down into first gear, checking my mirrors. So at first I thought to myself, that guy and me, we're coming up at the same time, and there was a silver car behind him. So I was worried that the blue car was just going to turn and then reveal the silver car behind him. So I thought, nah, that doesn't feel safe enough for me to predict that I can go, because if the blue car just quickly went and revealed the silver car, I would have been in serious amounts of danger because I had no priority. Okay, so mirrors, looks like I'm going to have to speed down gear down here. So speed down, braking, 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 clutch down, braking, braking. First gear, coming out of third to first, which is called a block gear change. Checking my mirrors. Coming up to the bike, holding the bike for 2 car lengths. Taking priority, I'm putting my crown on. This is my space now. This guy needs to get out of my way because I'm committed. Checking my mirrors, going slowly, not being bolshy about it, but I did put my crown on there. Checking my mirrors. I'm again putting my crown on. I own this space now. This is my mess. I call it a mess if there's parked cars on both sides. Speed by braking, 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 clutch down, first gear, because it is a closed junction. Checking there's a bike coming into my turn, checking to the right, it's very difficult to see. I'm just going to peep out a little bit, peep and creep, lift and dip. Thank you. Up into second, may have to speed down, gear down because of the parked car. Nope, mirrors to the right. I'm going into the mess, parked cars on both sides of the road, it's my mess at the moment, checking my mirrors to the left. Speed down, gear down for stopping behind the car, speed down, braking, 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 clutch down, tyres on tarmac, down into first gear. So that was speed by brake, speed by gear, handbrake. Don't need to rest, finding the biting point, checking my mirrors, staying on the biting point for 2 car lengths, keeping to the left to make space for the oncoming people. Up into second. At the crossroads, I'm going to turn right, mirrors to the right, signal to the right. I'm in second, but braking on its own. Braking, braking, braking. I was committed to that. Braking, braking, braking. So I didn't panic when it went amber. I was too close to the white line to stop. That would have been a dangerous emergency stop. So I committed to it because I was too close to the amber, too close to the white line for the amber light. Mirrors to the right, signal to the right. No one behind me. That's fine. Changing lanes. She stepped back. Yeah, that's perfect. Mirrors to the left. Signal to the left because I need to communicate with the person behind who's going very fast. I decided to signal there because he was coming up extremely quickly. I wanted to alert him that I was going to go back to the left. Finding the biting point. Okay, finding the bite. Keeping excellent position because of the overtaking vehicles. I was unable to talk about speed by brake, speed by gear because of the person behind me going so fast. I was more alerted to the danger that I had going on around me to be able to talk to you about what I was doing with my feet. This is what happens, you see, because everything becomes so subconscious and so ingrained that you just do stuff. And yeah, it's just all happening for you. And this will happen to you. Checking my mirrors. Could be speed down, gear down for the pedestrian. No. So we've basically learned today that you can brake without necessarily using the clutch. You only need to put the clutch down if you're stopping or changing gear. If you just want to reduce speed a bit and you're in the correct gear, just brake on its own, just a little bit. But if you're going to stop, then you need to put the clutch down. If you need to change gear, then you need to put the clutch down. These lights may make me speed down, gear down, checking my mirrors. Checking my mirrors, checking my mirrors. This guy pulled out in front of me a little bit. Just about all right. He cut the corner to be able to do that. Going to be turning right at the lights, mirrors to the right. Signal to the right. Speed by braking, 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 clutch down, first gear, checking my mirrors. I can overtake that vehicle because then I can be neatly in my lane after. So I'm crossing the white line, but I'm only doing that because I know that I can fit in this bay beautifully at the end. If I couldn't, and when I passed the line I was still going to be over the line, that would be bad. Mirrors to the right. My signal is on. I can follow this person into the junction and wait in the yellow box because my exit is clear. Go and have a look at my other video for that. I'm inside the junction over the bike lane. That means I'm committed. If it goes red, check my other video for that. Checking my mirrors to see if anyone's overtaking me. If the car in front of me goes, it doesn't necessarily mean that I can go. I may only be able to go up and take his space. I'm checking my exit road is lovely and clear. I can't see through him. So I'm just checking to see if anybody else is there. I'm going forward. There's my red light anyway. There's no one to give way to anymore, so I must go. I was committed to the junction. Go and check my other video for that. Checking the mirrors. It will be speed down, gear down to stop at the lights. I'm in third. Mirrors. Off gas, speed by braking, 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 braking. Clutch down, stopping before the keep clear. Down into first gear. Checking my mirrors. Staying here for a moment just in case because of the keep clear. Mirrors. After the lights are going to be turning left, mirrors to the left to check for bikes. Mirrors. Signal. Pedestrian in near the road. Mirrors. This is my final destination, so I'm going to be stopping the video here. Guys, I hope this little bit of information helps you today. I might make more of these if you found this useful. I could do it on bigger roundabouts for you, which may identify speed by brake, speed by gear, but I strongly suggest, guys, that if you don't know how to change gear down, then you spend lots of time on that. Lots and lots of time. You can't really be an excellent, beautiful driver without that skill. All right, if you need more of this, guys, just let me know in the comments, and I'll see you on the next one.